It's Friday, and 680 business editor Kris McKusker is joining us. Happy Friday to you, Kris.
Yes, happy Friday indeed.
Well, you're following a developing story we've been telling our viewers about the TSX shutting down early today due to an apparent technical glitch.
Yeah, so an early start to the weekend for investors and traders, and it seems markets not immune to these computer problems, just like the rest of us. So it happened, it started around 1:30 this afternoon, and then about 2 we got a tweet from the operator of the TSX saying there was a problem, but an hour later a decision to sort of call it a day. All we know is that systems were down, no trades were happening. We don't know why. The operator, though, did say that they were able to identify the problem. Now, this isn't the first sort of incident like this week. The New York Stock Exchange had to suspend trading on a couple of NASDAQ-listed companies, including the Google parent Alphabet, in what was referred to as a price scale code issue, which sounds to me also like a technical problem.
All right, well, a couple of digital companies did help boost the markets this week.
Yeah, Amazon, a huge earnings report from Amazon, a big beat. And as part of the earnings report, the company announced that it's going to raise the price of its annual Prime membership by 20%. Now, this is just in the U.S. It's the first hike since 2014, and one analyst says it's going to add about $2 billion in revenue, like they need more revenue. It does not affect the Canadian prices, which will stay at $79. Now, the stock did hit a record today, closed below that mark. We also got earnings from Facebook this week. This report also pretty epic. The most interesting part, though, is that there was no evidence of the Cambridge Analytica scandal, that it did any damage to the company, and a company official essentially said that it really doesn't expect to see any effects. So these are two big examples this week. Next week in the tech sector, we hear from Apple, Spotify, and Snapchat as far as earnings go.
All right, we'll keep an eye out for that. Now, a couple of the big banks are hiking their mortgage rates.
That's right, and the first to do this was TD, very, very quietly on Wednesday. RBC chimed in a day later, lifting the posted rate for 5-year mortgages to just above 5%. And this comes after the yield on the 5-year bond in Canada hit the highest level since 2011 this week. That was 2.18%. Now, the founder of ratespy.ca says this hike in mortgage rates is the biggest move in years. TD, as mentioned, the first to make the move. Nothing from the other big three as of yet. That could still happen. And these figures, it's worth noting, are used by the Bank of Canada to calculate the rate used in stress tests to determine whether people qualify. So it is relatively significant, especially for any potential new home buyers out there.
All right, so it seems it's impossible to keep up with technology. First it was HD, then it was 4K, and now we're getting ready for 8K TVs?
Yes, and I don't even have a 4K yet. I don't know about you. I'm a little behind the times.
I don't even know what I have at home.
Okay, so the 4K is essentially 4,000 pixels of horizontal resolution. This has been all the rage. And yes, now we're talking 8K. Sharp debuted one back in October in China. This was on a 70-inch TV. It's anticipated to go on sale in Europe at the end of this month, so just a couple days from now, at just shy of $14,000. Now, as of yet, there's not been any talk about availability in North America. Here's the thing, though. Not a lot of things, I guess. There's not much to watch because not a lot of broadcast is done in 8K. It's not available on most streaming service. You can't use Blu-ray discs, so really, what's the point? Japanese broadcaster NHK has been experimenting with HK, but that's about it. YouTube tested it in 2015, but it didn't really become a thing. So the experts say as far as 8K goes, hold on to your money, at least for now.
Yeah, I guess the industry's got to catch up. There's nothing to play in HK.
Right.
Okay, so I don't know about you, but I love pizza. Pizza doesn't love me back, but you found the perfect watch for pizza enthusiasts. Should I put this on my birthday list?
Yeah, well, and here's the thing. It's going up for auction, so you've got a chance here. This is a 1989 model, and yes, that is a Rolex with the Domino's logo inside. So it seems for years the company had a practice for employees that hit big weekly goals that they would get this watch. They had to do a couple other management type things, but this watch was the prize. And it's sort of worth noting because Rolex hasn't done a whole lot of co-branding, and that's why these watches potentially are worth so much, because it's not really clear how many are out there. So Christie's is going to auction one off next Tuesday, and what we are hearing is that it could fetch anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000. So there you go.
Wow. See, I thought you were going to tell me I could order pizza with it. I might pay up for that. Maybe I'll save my money for this one.
You know, that's a good app idea. We should discuss that.
All right. Thanks so much, Kris. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, go Raptors.